Yo, 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 yo. This is Nathan Strange. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about sacrifices. This is the conversation. In a way, I think that I've kind of sacrificed myself by putting myself in a situation in which I'm so restricted. I feel like, in some sense, I don't know, I just feel a constant pressure going up my spine. It's not my spine, it's just around here, like a blockage. It's been going on like this I'm getting bigger, for 10 years. Started like 2001. After a friend had died, I went for a grieving process, and then I read some meditation technique, breath integration it was called. Let me sit down here. Yeah, breath integration. And it was all about kind of, hang on, let me just get this lighting sorted out. That's better, right? Is that better? Yeah, is that cool? That's cool, right? Okay, anyway, you're not going to respond, are you? No, you didn't think so. Anyway, what I'm talking about, right, is this Kundalini experience that happened to me. And it went through a meditation. I was 18 years old. A friend of mine had died, and I decided, like, I don't want to. He was murdered. Let's just say that. He was a good guy, and I didn't want to go down a way of revenge or on the guy that did it or the people that were involved. Obviously they were in a prison, but some of them got out early. I could have got in a lot of trouble if I'd have gone down the street route and started hanging about with the wrong people. People that were testing me, saying, "Oh, should we get those guys? Should we get those guys?" I don't want to get involved in it, so I kind of took myself out of the game completely, and I took a more spiritual route. I got a book called Inner Adventures by Colin Sisson, and I read it. I just read the book, and in it had meditations to integrate things from the past. So, like, it had integration methods of dealing with pent-up tension. And I managed to, within 2 weeks, surprisingly, I managed to create a Kundalini experience in which blew my crown, or blew my head right open, like, what they call the crown chakra, which is centered here. It blew right open, my third eye, and everything was open momentarily. I was seeing patterns, geometric patterns and stuff. And after this experience, I felt like a child again. I felt so liberated. I wanted that experience again and again and again, but I got it in small amounts, but it gradually fizzled out. And I went through years of, I went through months even of, just having a big ego and using my energy to manifest different things, sometimes in a wrong way, sometimes in a good way. And I got paid back, I abused a lot of the energy. And one day I was asleep at a friend's house, and I just felt a snap in my head, like a click. And then after that, it was like my prefrontal lobe, this part here, which is responsible for all the receiving and interpreting emotion and emotional responses. That just not completely, but it became really hazy. So I was no longer on a ball again. I couldn't kind of think of the right thing to say to people at the right moment, because it seemed that there was an energy vortex, an implosion of some kind, where instead of being able to express my emotion, in which I had been able to do at the Kundalini experience, instead the energy pushed back. I overexpressed it in some sense. And it just pushed back and like that, and it clogged up in my head. I could feel it, and there's a tension that's never left. It's just been constantly there, and it just seems now it's gotten to the point where it's so tense that it's beginning to break in small pieces. I've tried ayahuasca, I've tried mescaline. These things work momentarily, but I think in the long run it's best to try and keep in touch with your emotions. It's not good to do these drugs unless you're completely grounded to them. Western people should not use these drugs, I don't think. Sad to say, I just think that we need to learn Like we need to learn enlightenment through intellectual ways, reading books. That's one way we can do it. Eckart Tolle's not a bad fella. I wouldn't say he's perfect himself, but who is? Can you hear people say, well, what's wrong with Eckart Tolle? I mean, just listen to his voice. Is he charismatic? Is this guy coming across as he's genuinely enlightened? To me, he's not. Okay, he's funny, he's eccentric, but to me, he's not talking about changing. Well, he's talking about changing himself, but like he's not really kind of socially aware, is he? He's not got a social conscience. I think it's important to have that. I'm not saying I've got it completely, but I just think we've got to be able to justify what's going on in the world and understand, especially the conspiracy side of things as well. We've got to understand that, the dark side, the Illuminati, and he doesn't talk anything about that. I think that's important, and I think that basically, let me unpeg this a sec. Right. I'm not getting unchanged for you. I don't want you thinking I'm stripping off, because I don't do that. But yeah, anyway, I just find it. I'm finding my voice, but it's in a very slow pace, and I'm worried about if I'm going to get there or not, and if I'm going to get enlightened, if I'm going to understand myself and be able to speak about my life, because I think what being enlightened is about is kind of being able to have a karmic reflection about yourself, understanding how you got to this point now from the past events that have happened to you. I don't kind of get that feeling from Eckart Tolle. He can't seem to justify who he is. I mean, someone who can would be like a good writer like Henry Miller. He's written books about himself, right? He understands himself and who he is. How he functions, he understands that. Tupac's another one. If you listen to him speak, Tupac, listen to his interviews, he knows who he is. I'm not saying these guys are perfect, because they're far, these guys have got a lot of work to do as well on themselves, or had a lot of work to do. They're both dead now, but I'm sure their next incarnations are teaching them how to be, perfect in some sense. But I don't think there is any, really, you could question, is there anything as being perfect? Because maybe we can get infinitely better, maybe we can infinitely progress our souls, just by putting ourselves in tougher situations, that's genuinely it, really. Anyway, they're just my thoughts. I'm just throwing them out there for you. You don't have to make anything of them. You could be critical if you like. You could just I don't know, you could just ignore me. Anyway, thanks for listening. You take it easy now.